Welcome back, everyone. I just released a video not too long ago, and then it was copy striked immediately. And just because YouTube was just saying that the music I was using was not permission, I didn't have like any permission, even though I wasn't making any money from it or anything like that. It was just a chill music. There wasn't anything special about it. It, but whatever. So now I have to restart and do this all again, and I have to re-render again, and I gotta go back and see. This is why I don't depend on YouTube and making a career onto this, because this is the things that I'm afraid of actually like meeting down the road if I ever gotten big enough where it's like, oh, let's make money on YouTube, guys. Like, no, just because YouTube is just so bad right now. Back in the old days where YouTube wasn't as bad with copyright claims, and just so that people can do it so easily, it's ridiculous. And I know that fair use of, hey, if I use this, I have to actually show where I got this at, where did I ever find this at, and giving that person credit of making that video. And that's how I think things should be, but this is not how it's gonna be. And I know it's wrong, like, oh well, so you're saying like my music video shouldn't get credit, I shouldn't get money for making this hard. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I keep thinking that these are the time I met a slime. Yeah, I should make money from my video. You don't think I should get like anything from this? And I'm like, I think you should get things from it, but I think other people should have the right to actually use your content in a fair way, and then giving you credit of making those videos or those music, honestly, and that way it's fair. But I don't know, my mind is like in a pickle right now, is the fact that it's just really annoying to come across things like this, because like making a video over again and having like a good talk into that video, and then all of a sudden it's it's no longer a good talk. There was no hesitation, you got everything so perfect, so well done. It's like, oh man, this video is gonna be great because I didn't stutter or anything. And then bam, you throw it onto YouTube and it uploads, and then YouTube's like, this is copyright. You can't use this content. You can't use this music, because if you use this music, your ass is gonna get in trouble. And that's the reason why I don't rely on YouTube, because I don't want to have copyright issues. I don't want to meet that down the road if I ever gotten big. I don't want people coming onto my videos and going like, hey, that's my music, that's my shit. Even though there's credit into the description, you know what? I'm gonna copyright strike that, and I'm gonna make all the money that's from this video, because it's gonna happen down the road. It's always happened to everyone that is, well, at least when they get big. I'm not sure if I get big or not, but if I ever get big, I don't care about the money, but I don't want my channel being taken away from me, because that's what I'm afraid of. I've never made a career on YouTube before, so I don't know how it works exactly. One of these days YouTube was like, you know what, you're right, we're sorry, we'll get rid of this channel, or we'll get rid of the video, one of the two. And that's not what I want to see. Hell no, G. I don't want to go down that road and go like, you know what, let's go ahead and get rid of this channel just because we can please someone. I understand that. I think a lot of people should have credit. Oh, send lewds. Oh, it's okay. I think people should have credit of what they make into a video. It's 100, it's right. See, this is why I hate making another video, because when I didn't stutter in the last video, now I'm stuttering now. This video is going out when I'm stuttering. It's a good video. I'm sorry, it's a bad video, sorry. But, they were just, I don't know, like, I'm so happy that I actually have a job, because I don't need to actually worry about that and then getting paid at the same time. I don't know where YouTube would actually head from this, because I can't depend on this. It's not something I should be depending on. I should depend on something that I know that I'm not going to make any money from. You know what I'm saying? I do this out of pure fun. I'm so sick of YouTube. But it's the only one, like, what other website is going to be the same thing like YouTube, but 10 times better, without worrying copy strikes and making sure that finding every other music deal that you can have, like, to use that isn't copyright. Well, here's the issue, is that YouTube does have something like that, and when you go into uploading something, or when something was copyrighted onto the video or striked onto, there's that. Like, but they're all crap. It's no good. It's literally trash. I was looking through a lot of it, and country music or really shitty music. I don't even know what to say. And this is the non-copyright thing about that. What happens if you pay for something and then use it on YouTube, and then they could still copyright something like that? I wonder, because let's be honest here. If that's the case, I'm never supporting that artist ever again. If that person decide that they're gonna copyright strike me after buying their album or their music or anything like that, and they're like, you know what, let's do that, let's go ahead and copyright strike this guy, because, you know, why not? That's extra money in my pocket. Why should I care? I'm getting money. And for things to be copy strike that easily is ridiculous. I don't know. Let's just say that you mentioned someone else's name onto your video and they can copyright strike that, or they're using your content of, like, let's just say you're face camming and you're just talking. The only thing you're doing is talk, and only looking at videos, and they copyright strike you. That's ridiculous. That would piss me off, because you know what? That's bullshit. That YouTube can say that's okay. Yeah, this is fine. You did it too. But you can make money from just copy striking this guy. Why not? You know, jeez, just go ahead and do it, man. I know this been said a lot of times. I've seen this on YouTube all the time, honestly. There are people complaining about how they got copy striked by a bigger streamer or a bigger YouTuber and all that stuff, and they're not even getting that much views. It's just there, but you know, it's whatever. You know, what can I say, man? I have to deal with it every day. I am subscribed to Twitch Drama because I like to see what things, or I shouldn't say I like to see what things are doing. I like to see what's going around on Twitch, because it's a lot of it is drama between bigger Twitch streamers, and sometimes you get those people that aren't that big, and when you see those people, you're like, whatever. Like, why does it matter? Like, Twitch does the same thing too, but like, they take away the audio of copyright strike, or copyright. So whatever audio is in there, I keep going to the wrong one because I'm trying to talk and focus on the same time, because I know that no one's hosting the slime one. I only have 24 minutes left until this one, so I'm just gonna have to do the material wise for this one. So anyways, yeah, copyright strike is just really annoying. I haven't had this much of an issue since back in 2000, and I think I'm gonna say like 10, because that's when I started watching YouTube. I didn't even know YouTube was an actual thing, because I was usually on AOL, and AOL was pretty fun, honestly. You know what, I'll save that as another story, because AOL, there was some great old times in AOL, honestly. There were really great times, and I think that should be a story for another time, honestly. But let's go back to talking about, like, YouTube and Twitch. Twitch was an awesome place, too, honestly. When I started seeing people I actually liked enjoying watching other people of playing games and all that stuff, and having a great old time, and pro players and all that, I didn't have a good computer at that time, because my computer was a hunk of junk. You know, like, I came from a family that relied on not like the things that you need, but I'm sorry, things that you didn't want, or you shouldn't have as a want, and the things that we needed. And so, like, the computers back then were expensive, and they weren't even that good. They were like, let's say a $700 computer, okay, was a hunk of trash. Like, you get an Intel with it, and I think 4 gigs, and it was a Vista. That Vista lasted for so long because I took extra care of it, and it was a new desktop, and it performed everything that I needed to do besides doing what you wanted to do, okay? If you wanted to live stream, it couldn't do that. You want to do recording, it couldn't do that. You wanted to make videos on YouTube, and that's when I met YouTube through Twitch, because people were like promoting their YouTube channels and everything. It couldn't do that. And then if you wanted to play like games on ultra graphics or anything like that, it can't do that. The only thing it could do is play the games at a minimum, that the games that you wanted to play, and that was the only thing that you could actually do. And so I was like, wow, okay, well, that's all I can do. And even with them running at the lowest graphics, I still end up having issues. Like, frames would drop. They would be like,
when I go into the fight, right? Like my friends made fun of it because like if you ever play League of Legends and Vayne would tumble with her ultimate and it would send out particles where I couldn't even handle because her effects were so much. So my computer, every time I was fighting a Vayne, I would always lose because of the fact that when she popped her ulti and then tumble when she goes invisible because of the particles that leave behind would drop my frames so badly, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't versus Vayne, this is ridiculous, there's no way I can win this, I have to deal with this issue of my computer not being that great. And so my friends always made fun of me, and so they were like, oh, whatever. And so I don't know, it was an alright computer. I used to play like a lot of RTS games like Lord of the Rings, or yes, there was an RT game of Lord of the Rings, but I'm not sure what it was called. I think Battle of Middle Earth, I think it was called. I'm not entirely, I think it is, I'm not entirely sure. So you gotta pick a faction. You could either be orcs or human or elves, and so a lot of times I love the humans so much, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go human. And I think there was elves. I'm pretty sure there was elves, unless those were just the archers. I can't remember. I know that they could have trees and everything, and the trees were good at sieging and all that stuff. And then you had a castle that was already big. Like you pretty much had a kingdom already set up for you, and the only thing you had to do was build a base and army. And it was such a great RTS game because it made sense, right? It made, oh my god, like I couldn't even tell you, because a lot of games, or a lot of RTS games, like you to expand the base and try to get out of your base. But I like to build the inside my base and inside the kingdom, and then like people attacking that kingdom was so fun. It was great. It was an awesome game. I wish something like that would be more often, because all you see is StarCraft and all that stuff. And StarCraft is hard, okay? Like honestly, I cannot keep up with StarCraft. It was so difficult for me when I played it at first, and then I started to get better, and then I was like, you know what? After I got up in the higher ranks, I started to lose my touch because people were a lot more better with me and better than me. And rank is kind of silly too, because how rank works is that if you're too good of a player, you'll verse someone that dropped hard on his rank, and you'll verse him instead, and he is either I don't know, like it was a rough time. Okay, so the reason when I started playing StarCraft was I wanted to play with my brother, and then me and my brother were gonna play StarCraft, and then it just ended up like being a disaster, honestly, because we were both bad at the game, and my brother didn't really want to play StarCraft, even though I bought him StarCraft. It was a free game, and I bought him. He didn't want to. We played like a couple times, and then he didn't know anything about RTS games, and he's like, you know what? I don't like this game. The only game that he liked was Lord of the Rings: The Battle of Middle Earth, and if the name of that game is right, we had a fun time with that game. He would play it, I would play it, we would play online, we would team up, we would attack other people's bases and everything. And I just love the orcs, because the more you attack people, you gain points, and then you get like summon things that would attack your the enemy team. And like, oh, okay, there was a lot of that. It was really fun, and you could promote units. Every time they would kill something, they would get promoted into a general or something like that, or a lieutenant or whatever, and they get like more attack damage and all that stuff. So you would make sure that they don't die, because they could regenerate their health and get their army back, if I'm thinking that correctly. And there was another game I actually did, like where you customize your own hero. You get to pick either it's male or female. There was a lot of good games back then, a lot of great games, and a lot of games didn't want to take those games ideas and then use it for their own. Like, let's say like when Fortnite got big, Fortnite got really big, and everyone saw the potential of that. Now, you're probably thinking like, well, so did PUBG. Well, the thing is with PUBG is that there is so many freaking hackers, okay? I never played it personally, but like watching videos, hacker, and it just reminded me of Crossfire. When I played Crossfire on the PC, when I first met one of my long-term friends, until we weren't friends after like an incident that I would keep hush hush. But like after that, it was ridiculous. Hacker, and so that was PUBG, and I was like, How do you expect me to get better at a game if all I'm gonna see is freaking hackers? I don't want to sit there, take the time to get good at a game if I'm gonna see hackers. And KOG did not care if anyone hacked, because there was a lot of hackers, a lot of Brazil hackers, a lot of Portuguese, or I guess Brazil's in Portuguese. Well, actually, Brazil only speaks Portuguese and all that stuff. But anyways, I think that is all for today, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this rant about me just talking about everything. And let me say at the very end of the video, this is my waifu. Don't judge me. We're in love, okay? She's my princess. All right, boy. All right. Have a nice day.